Good afternoon, everyone. Mario Quintero here with the One Stop Shop, produced by marioshomenews.com. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day and a great week. And tonight we're going to talk about some open topics of questions that we have recently answered for our clients, or they've asked us to explore the question or give them an explanation. So let's start off with how can we, as a realtor and mortgage company, help our client who is interested in what is called as a FSBO, for sale by owner property. So recently we were working with a client who saw a for sale by owner in the area that we were looking in, and they gave me the address, and I said, just give me the address, I'll reach out to the sellers. And I reached out to the seller, and I let them know that I had a buyer that was already pre-qualified that was interested in their FSBO. And they were open to have me bring the buyers, and they were willing to pay a commission to me representing the buyers. And I also showed them the pre-approval desktop underwriting with all the information they needed to know that they were pre-approved. And we went and saw the property. The property didn't work out for my buyers. It required a lot of work and the price was kind of high. But basically, we can assist clients with a for sale by owner. It's a matter of contacting the seller, letting them know that we have a qualified buyer, because I got to tell you, a lot of for sale by owners don't know what to do as far as putting a contract together, how to evaluate if the offer is good or not, the financials of the buyer. They don't know any of this stuff. The majority of them know. If you have an investor out there that knows how to do that, that's a different story. But the majority of them that try to do a sale by themselves are trying to do it to basically save some money on the commission. And in the end, believe it or not, most for sale by owners actually sell for less price than if it was listed on the market by a professional realtor. So if you're thinking of selling your home as a for sale by owner, I urge you to consider listing it with a realtor, because you're going to end up making more money even though you're going to be paying that commission. If you're a buyer and you need assistance with putting an offer in with a for sale by owner, we can assist you with that, and we would handle the negotiation, the contract, and also the financing of that property. So if you have any other questions regarding for sale by owners, give me a call here at the office, 305-598-1600, or on my cell, 305-588-0451. So we got this question recently, and we ended up helping the client. The question was, the HOA master policy was denied by my bank refinance all the way at the end, right before closing. Can you help me? And what we did was we asked them for the copy of the master policy, and we noticed that it was missing the coverage for liability. And we sent it back to them and said, look, talk to your association and see if they can get the agent that writes this policy for the association just to add in what the general liability coverage is on this master policy. They did it, and next thing you know, we are in the process of refinancing this condo for the client. The only problem is that the rate that he thought he was going to get in January when he started with the bank, his local bank, and the rate that is today, there's about a half a point difference. So he's going to pay a higher rate for having wasted 2 months with a situation that could have been easily resolved by the bank. But I guess they either didn't want to be bothered or they didn't know how. So if you have a situation with a association master policy, some of these things can be corrected by the agent. You just need to have the right person who knows how to do that. in order for the processing of the loan to take place. So what is happening now with interest rates? Interest rates have been inching up slightly over the last 2 to 4 weeks, and we see a continuation of that over the next 6 months. Not big leaps and bounds, but I think we're getting to the point where under a 3% 30-year rate is going to disappear shortly. In some cases, it's already disappearing, especially with people whose credit score is not really high and other factors. Inflation is a big factor in what is going on with the rates. We talked about this a couple of months ago when back in January, when we felt that this was going to start happening, and it is, and it'll continue to happen because as there's more money out there for spending, all these stimulus checks, all these free money the government's giving out, that's going to create more spending. Spending creates prices to go up, and then the inflation kicks in, and next thing you know, the rates are going up. So if you've been on the sidelines in making a decision to buy a house or refinance a house, now's a real good time to take a closer look before those rates go up any higher. Also, if you have a rate that is using a LIBOR index plus a margin, which is usually an adjustable rate mortgage, there's about 2 million of those loans out there right now, and the LIBOR index is going away. So this is going to be something that you're going to need to do anyway. You're going to need to refinance out of that LIBOR index rate. It'd be better that you look at it sooner than later. And if you're one of those 2 million people, give me a call here at the office and we can quote you what the new rate will be. And our number here is 305-598-1600, and my cell is 305-588-0451. So let's talk about being a co-borrower or needing a co-borrower in order to qualify for your mortgage loan. This is done a lot with first-time home buyers, or even sometimes second-time home buyers that are looking to go to a larger home with a larger mortgage. So there's two types of co-borrowers. One is a co-borrower that's going to be an occupant of the home. That is called an occupant co-borrower. Then you have co-borrowers that are non-occupant. Okay, this can be a family or a friend that's going to co-sign for the mortgage, but is not going to live in the property. So they're either going to live in the property or not live in the property. Now, what happens is if the co-borrower occupant is going to live in the property, then more than likely they don't have another home that we need to take into consideration as far as a mortgage, taxes, insurance, things of that nature. We only have to take into consideration their current credit liabilities. When you have a non-occupant co-borrower, then we have to take into consideration all the credit liabilities of that non-occupant co-borrower and mesh it together with the actual borrowers that are going to live in the property. So what I want to let you know is that we handle these type of situations all the time, including gifts from one family member to the borrowers, or it could also be a gift of equity where one relative is selling to another relative and they want to give them a gift as part of the equity. So all of these things require how to specially navigate these situations. So if you have a situation where you're going to need a co-borrower, a situation where it's a arm's length transaction between relatives, and maybe the family member that is selling to their kids is going to stay living in the house as a co-borrower. There's a lot of different situations that can occur, and we can help you with those situations when a co-borrower is going to be part of the transaction. The next question is, as a buyer, how do I get around the shortage of inventory? Well, right now there's not much you can do because the shortage is real. Saturday, I took some buyers down to Homestead, and even though the showing was by appointment only, there had to be 30 people waiting to see this house at a $400,000 price. We left that house, went to a second house off of Eureka and 117, and when we got there was about a line of about 6 people at this open house, non-occupied home. So the key is in how the offer is structured. So the more strength you can show in the offer based on down payment, type of financing, how much escrow you're willing to put into the contract, all of these things will help. Now, one thing that we're seeing lately is that because there's so many buyers out there, you have some listing agents that are trying to handle both sides of the deal, and in some cases, illegally not presenting all offers. So you need to make sure that your offer is being presented, whether it's accepted or not, but that at least you have the ability to have your offer seen by the seller. But we're seeing some of this going on right now, and we even had a buyer that we're only working the loan aspect of it, and that buyer knocked on the door of the seller, and the seller, told them that they hadn't seen their offer, and they said, well, we just wanted to make sure that our offer went in. This is not something that a realtor can do or anything like that, but a buyer can't be stopped from knocking on a door. And lo and behold, the seller was really upset, and the seller told them that they wanted to accept their offer, and we are now doing the financing on that purchase and accepted an offer. Apparently the listing agent wasn't too happy that occurred, but that's between the listing agent and the seller. The buyer that we're doing the loan for is ecstatic because that's a house that they really wanted. So there's a lot of stuff going on out there right now regarding the shortage of inventory, and your offer needs to be strong enough for it to capture the attention of both the listing agent and the seller. If you have any questions regarding that, give me a call, 305-598-1600, and my cell phone number is 305-588-0451. The last thing I want to mention to you today is I showed some pictures yesterday on my Facebook page regarding a new listing that I'm working on. We're going to go ahead and take some video and professional pictures on Saturday. We'll be out there for several hours trying to capture the essence of this unit. But it's a two-bedroom, two-bath condo on Brickell Avenue. It has fantastic city views. It's located on the bay, so when you're using the amenities of the pool, and it also has a marina right in the back, you're facing the entire bay overlooking Key Biscayne. It's a beautiful site. And then it has other great amenities like a first-class gymnasium, terrific. It has a deli in the lobby area. It's got property manager right on there. It's got the doorman with concierge service. It's got valet parking. It's in an excellent location. So there'll be more to come, information on this listing, and just be on the lookout. If you've ever wanted to live on Brickell Avenue in downtown Miami. This is a great location, and it's a beautiful building. And we'll give you more information as soon as the pictures and the videos are finalized. I hope you enjoyed this, this show today. And if you think that this can help any of your friends and family, feel free to share it. If not, we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. And thanks for joining us today. Mario Quintero with the One Stop Shop. Thank you.